friends, Kyle Davis here with breaking news. National Wrestling Alliance President William Patrick Corgan has just released a statement regarding Pope's very public declaration on the date of April 5th, 2022, that he was cashing in his Champion Series title shot. Quoting William Patrick Corgan, as one of the brightest stars in the NWA, Pope is more than deserving of this championship opportunity. And, as he has stressed both privately and publicly, he wants nothing handed to him in this regard. And so in return, I've relayed the importance of this challenge happening swiftly, rather than the champion wait some 2 months until our next pay-per-view. To this, Pope replied, then let's do it on Power, Daddy, Tuesday, 6:05, because the whole world needs to see a moment I've been waiting my whole life for. And so, it has now been made official. On a very special Superpower edition of NWA Power, Pope versus Matt Cardona for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship.
It's the NWA Wrestling as it's meant to be.
Whoa, well, welcome everybody, and how's it going? This is the NWA. It's the show celebrating the past, present, future, history, legacy, and tradition of the greatest pro wrestling entity of all time. Of course, we're talking about the National Wrestling Alliance, and I am better for you all being here. I being Gary Horne, and I'm here with my co-host Wil Martin. Hey, Will.
Good evening, everyone. I'm ready to get going. There's only 3 of us. We're missing one beard. What's going on?
Well, Danny Dealz, he definitely makes up for the absence of Kyle Davis. So it's good to have you, Danny.
Kyle's just late. He doesn't understand the technology.
Right. He should be here. I sent him the link. He doesn't know that he got the link. I don't know. Well, we'll see if he shows up. And anyway, so big announcement up top there. The Pope has cashed in his title shot from the Champion Series. He's challenging Matt Cardona. William Patrick Corgan has accepted this. And instead of waiting until the next pay-per-view, they're doing it this week, tomorrow night, on NWA Powerrr, 6:05. You're getting a World's Heavyweight Championship match. How about that? It's a big episode, and that's why they're calling it Superpower.
That's BS. You know why?
Yes.
How come Plunkett hasn't had a title shot yet? When Pope can just come on here and be like, Daddy, Pope needs a title shot, and he just gets one. But you know what? I think Big Will has more on this matter.
Well, listen, I tweeted about it earlier. I like a good world's title match as much as anybody. I love seeing our champion, the king of the NWA and all of professional wrestling, Matt Cardona, in a ring like he was last week against Tim Storm, which I'm sure we're going to talk about. But it is a little suspect to me because, yes, Pope has a title shot. And I don't disagree with everything that President William Patrick Corgan said in his statement released today, but it's a little suspect to me that we have a champion that works a full schedule. I mean, he is acquiring gold almost weekly at this point, and he's been in a lot of rings in the past week with the 10 pounds of gold representing the National Wrestling Alliance, and just with almost no warning is told, hey, you got to defend against Pope on Superpower tomorrow night. And that, to me, that just rubs me the wrong way. Now, I'm not going to do the Dr. Rob thing and claim conspiracy or anything like that. And I do commend William Patrick Corgan and a lot of the things he said lately. If you guys have seen him, he's been appearing on some podcasts and things like that. And, he gives Matt Cardona his props. He understands that he's good for business, and I think he's smart for that. But, turning around like this and just saying, hey, you gotta defend your title against someone the caliber of Pope this quickly. I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. I mean, I don't think he's in danger of losing the title by any means, but he's a busy guy, and it is what it is, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow, I guess. But
well, listen, I'm a little put off by the fact that both of you are acting like this is unheard of or that this is unfair, because this is the Champion Series happened. For those that don't know, Pope's team, Pope and Velvet Sky, had a team in the Champion Series, and they all won. And the prize for winning was you get a title shot at any title,
like 2 years
anytime. Ago. Well, it doesn't matter. You still get a title shot, and everybody's almost cashed those in. You had Jack Zidane most recently cashing in, and he's the current national champion due to this very stipulation. I mean, and he lost at Crockett Cup to Mayweather and then cashed in and got his title shot. I don't see you guys having as much of an issue then as you do seem to have now. And Cardona is getting, some days notice.
Well, Jack Stain didn't walk around for the last year saying, hey, I'll give you fair warning. I'll do this. I'll do that. And I understand Pope isn't the one that set the time and place for the match. I understand that. But I'm just saying it just feels a little, I don't know. I'm going to stay away from the conspiracy stuff, even though Dealz wants me to just lay it out. But
I know you got a lot to get off your chest there, buddy. I'm just serving it up to you. I want to know why Punk hasn't gotten title shots. We're just giving them out.
Exactly.
Well,
so I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't think there's a 0% chance that Pope wins the title, because at the same time, Pope is kind of at a disadvantage here too, with not having a lot of time to prepare and not being on probably as big a stage as he would want a moment like that to be on. So, I think we're going to get a really good title match, but I think Cardona walks out of there like he did at Crockett Cup, still champ.
All right. Well, I'm sure, going to talk about this. And of course, we want to know what you guys think in the chat. Tell us what you're feeling about Pope versus Cardona. Ryan Lythal, I just want to welcome you. I saw he said it was his first time for the live stream. So thanks for being here. We really do appreciate that. Sandoval, Roy Caps, Hedgehog, Eric Dale, Scott's here, Diana's here. I saw Heather Hudley, Polka Dot Pam. There's Lou hanging out over here. So thank you guys, Eric, all of you, Hitman. There's so many of you, and I appreciate every single one of you for being here and participating in the chat. Another person that I really appreciate showing up eventually is Kyle Davis.
Did you finally?
I hear another person I appreciate, and I'm like, wow, what a beautiful segue, because I literally just popped on here because somebody sent it in Instagram. Guys, for your fans out there, if you ever send me any private stuff in Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I'm really bad at that. Just, find my email or my text somewhere online and hit me up.
Tell everybody what it is, Kyle. Just tell them you got dial-up.
I got dial-up.
Give me your phone number. I'll put it up on the screen.
So anyway, we're going to talk more about the Pope and Cardona situation. We could get Kyle's take on that. Of course, everybody in the chat. But the big news is that Kyle, if you were watching on social and at the top of the show, announced that William Patrick Corgan has granted Pope the match. That's happening this Tuesday at 6:05. The only way that you can see that match happen before anybody else is with NWA All Access on Fight TV. So if you haven't signed up for that, it's a hell of a deal. You should sign up for.
The landscape of professional wrestling is changing, and we strive to be at the forefront of that change. Introducing NWA All Access, a brand new service from the National Wrestling Alliance and Fight. For an annual subscription of just $49.99 a year, you'll gain access to every NWA pay-per-view, early access to NWA Powerrr, NWA USA, and special Fight exclusive content. To subscribe, visit fight.tv today. That's FITE.tv. Why bother with monthly subscriptions when 1 year does it all?
You can't get a better deal than that, right? I mean, I'm glad that you just went ahead and just jumped right into it, so Kyle can explain it better than me. But
listen, we have here in our media, we have a slide with the information on it, and we have a video. And so I had a 50-50 chance of clicking the slide. Turns out it was the video. So sorry for cutting you off there.
We're professionals, as you can see from Danny Dealz in the bottom right.
If he's not smoking, he's eating. What are those? Are those ranch Doritos?
I was having some chips.
There's the slide.
$49.99 annual subscription gets you everything NWA over on Fight TV. And that includes all pay-per-views. You can't ask for a better deal than that. And of course, the most important thing at this point is going to be that first run of NWA Powerrr. When it happens at 6:05 tomorrow, you can see it happen because tomorrow's episode's huge. It's a big episode of Super Powerrr, headlined by a main event. Pope will be challenging Matt Cardona for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. So, I mean, what more could you ask for, right?
I mean, you could ask for a lot more. It's Super Powerrr. It is so packed. I mean, I could give you a couple of spoilers right now if you want to hear that or anything like that. I mean, we got the Dirty Sexy Boys versus the Commonwealth Connection. I hope nobody's supposed to know this. Last week, we saw the Slam Challenge. Austin Idol whispered something to Scion, messed that man's head up. This week, I'm going to try to get some answers about that. So hopefully, I'll figure out what that is. I'm going to do a little inside stuff. I'm going to try to be a newsman. I'm going to try to get in there, ask the hard questions, hopefully get the hard answer. That's right. I'm going to channel my inner Joe Galley. I'm going to pretend I'm in Texas. I'm going to hold a microphone. I'm going to ask the hard-hitting questions. I'm going to report to you, the NWA fans. What else we got going on there? I heard a rumor that Father James Mitchell, he has this thing called the Miserably Faithful. Don't know what that's about. Don't know what's going to happen.
Grunge band.
It does sound like it. It does sound like the MFers, the Miserably Faithful, are going to end up being a part of this. But I'm told we're going to be seeing them in action. Let's see what else.
Group he's got. He's got Frankenberry and Boo Berry and Yummy.
Those are cereals. That's the Fixers. It's not the same thing.
When are we gonna get the IB boys versus the MFers? That's what we need.
That's what we need. Yeah. What we really need is, well, we'll save that. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well,
I like that you just edited yourself. You were going to go somewhere that I think you weren't supposed to, and you were like, you know what? I'm not going to make that comment out loud. I'm proud of you, Dealz. I'm proud of you, Dealz.
He would never.
Never.
Also, Ryan in the chat is Canadian, and he mentioned this. Is that same deal happening for Fight TV there? Yes. That's worldwide, baby, I think. Isn't it? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah. It's not.
I announced this.
That was really funny how you went from like super confident to like, I actually don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's
I would.
You got to tell them it's Fight, FITE, the Fight app, not the Fight Network in Canada. You got to make that distinction. See, if you had international flavor, you know that, Garrison.
I apologize. I've never been to Canada. Always wanted to, but
I have. It's a terrible place. They have these coins that are like $2. They're called toonies, and they don't fit in the machines.
I get French fries there, or cheese fries. They put gravy on it. It doesn't make any sense.
Thank you.
Sandoval in the chat saying he saw.
But they do make all kinds of good beer. Look at this. I got some right here. I got some Moosehead right here.
I really didn't know what Thai meant. He's like, thank you.
A little bit later.
You're why I drink.
The original My Bloody Valentine's, a Canadian film, right? It's a bunch of drunk miners in Nova Scotia.
Nope, that's true.
You know,
My Bloody Valentine is a great movie.
Black Christmas is a great horror movie, and that
Bret
was also
Hart,
Canadian.
Right?
Yeah,
SNFU, Dig Little Board.
Black Christmas was Canadian?
Huh?
Okay.
Black Christmas, yeah. It was made in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you just ask if Bret Hart was Canadian?
You never know who's going to be in your attic.
Yeah. No, we're talking about Black Christmas. But Bret Hart, I've also heard, is Canadian.
I've heard that too. It's a rumor. It's not yet confirmed.
Yeah. And maple syrup, as Hitman's pointing out in the chat. Sandoval saw the Miserably Faithful open for the Ramones in '89. It was epic. So that's good.
Nice.
Like that. Yeah, he's also wondering, Dealz, if you've talked to Sal since he lost his mind.
No, that brother's crazy. He's
okay.
Like I told you, he's hanging out with Frankenberry and Count Chocula, and he tweets backwards. You know?
He does, which I don't know how his brain works that way, but it's a challenge for me to read. Sometimes I hold up to a mirror.
See, we don't need that with the Ill Begotten, with the IB boys. We don't need that. You know, the guys. We're doing all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't involve drinking blood like it's the Temple of Doom or anything like that. You know what I mean? We might be drinking beer. You know, Freeman's always chasing the rats. You know, whatever. But you know, it's not has nothing to do with like human sacrifices. And, you know, eating dogs.
Also, seeing in the chat, Canada's full of beavers. According to the chat. So.
Okay.
And real beer. I don't know what that means. I don't drink real beer. I drink hard seltzers.
No, Molson is delicious. Have you never had it?
No, I didn't drink when I was underage, and I didn't go to college, so I never developed a taste for beer.
I drank all the time when I was underage.
So instead, I just like really girly things now, like Cosmos and things like that.
Molson Ice. It was delicious.
Well, allow me to
with tattoos. You drink girly drinks.
All right. I want to talk to Danny Dealz. I want to hear more from Danny Dealz, but the way I want to hear more from Danny Dealz is another thing we need to talk about is speaking of products we all know and love, how about the National Wrestling Alliance shop? Have you heard about what's going on over there?
Of course I've heard. I've made everything. Did you see the new shirt? Now, Garrison Hurst, I've sent you some images, or maybe it's Big Money Will up there. Somebody show the images on the screen. Got a little bright for summertime.
Yeah, hold on, it's uploading right now. I forgot to upload
Did it
it.
not work?
I thought when I
dial-up
said
too?
that, since he was so quick on the trigger, I thought when I said the thing about the shop, Will was going to launch into a Danny.
Hey, what's the gig? NationalWrestlingAlliance.com. Go to the store link. Of course, your Uncle Danny Dealz has got all the deals for you, the new merch, and of course, you too, Candy. Show them what do you got on your shoulder right there. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's the gray and white. Oh, yeah, you can't always have a black t-shirt, right? Kind of like this one, too. NWA USA, blue and pink. That really pops. Look at this one. I love this one right here. Look at this. 6-0 fizzle. Oh, man. All shirt. Oh, I like that. Oh, look at this. What? Oh, man, listen, this one, I'm going to keep this one. But no, I'll sell some to you, too. I swear, NationalWrestlingAlliance.com, store link, Danny Dealz, Candy, get there now!
So, there you go, NationalWrestlingAlliance.com/shop.
Ooh, those are sweet.
Yeah, and look at the new stuff that's over there. This is good stuff. Tell us about it, Danny.
It's nice and bright, you know. It's summertime. Let's get some bright colors going. I got the nice black and gold one up top left. I like that one, kind of stellarish. Then we got, of course, the NWA USA shirt, which we just inverted. So instead of it being blue with the logo being fuchsia, we flipped it. And then, of course, this hoodie, which my phone exploded because everybody wants one of the hoodies. But you know, we gotta deliver them to the NWA peoples and the Dealites first. This wonderful, nice, lightweight blue USA hoodie, which everybody wants that because the Deal Machine is on USA, and I should be the GM and not Medusa, but we'll get into that later. And then, of course, the retro 1981 video game shirt. Old Valentine Duran did that one for me. Isn't that wonderful? And we got the beanie up there, which I gave you, and you haven't worn it yet on TV, but that's okay. And I got some more stuff coming, too. That's just a little bit. It's the tip of the iceberg. You know what I mean? A lot of those other shirts in that last commercial I had are actually almost totally sold out at this point, including the zip hoodie. But I still do have a few of the USA in the blue, but there's limited sizes. But, you know, some of this stuff, you got to get it because I might not make it again. We might just do limited stuff here, there, here, there, here, there. You don't know where it's going to be. It's all over the place. Kyle, tell me.
Well, no, I got to be honest with you, Dealz. You're knocking this out of the park. I see those designs. I want those designs. I want to be a part of that. That's right. You created something I want to be a part of. I don't even want to be an IB boy. I just want to be a part of the merch. Those things look fantastic. Somebody pointed out, look at this. I don't know what he's talking about, the Atari shirt. That just looks like a retro video game logo to me. I don't know if that could even look like somebody else's marketing brand. I don't know are we releasing an NWA game for oh, yes. It's going to be an NWA game, but much like Combat on the Atari 2600, when you throw a punch on this side of the screen, it's going to come out on that side of the screen.
Pamps are so horribly colorful.
For everybody over 38, you got that joke. If you're under 38, you probably have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
Now.
Yeah. Well, some people wear black all the time. I think I normally do, so I'm going to have to get used to this concept. But yeah, that's true. You do have the gold logo.
Yeah.
Yep. So you remember us goth kids.
Dealz was right. And I know I'm usually saying you can't trust this man because obviously look at him. But when he says that these are limited time, get these when they come out because like he said, he's doing some shenanigans and there's no guarantee that these are going to be reprinted. If you don't act now, you're going to have what those kids call FOMO, fear of missing out. I like that I know what FOMO means, but I don't know what TY means. There we go.
Yep. That's thank you. Yep.
I didn't know that's
what still explained it to the people.
I thought that was good.
And hey, you know, as someone who pays attention to detail, I will say this too. The cool detail about all this new merch, because Dealz knows what the people want. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we all know that. He knows what the people want. He knows how to make things not just good, but great. And these new t-shirts have the little NWA logo on the sleeve right here, which I feel like really sets it apart from just regular old wrestling t-shirts. And so that's a cool thing I like about all these new t-shirts. I think I saw it on those other ones we just showed. So cool little detail there.
Good job, Danny Dealz.
Yep. We're happy. We're
How
happy.
about that? Well, Biff actually designed the inverted one, but
Yeah, and if you're not following already, you can go over to @NWA merch and check out Danny Dealz there. I'm getting blurry all of a sudden for some reason. I thought I had this issue fixed, but
I'm not getting blurry enough yet.
Yeah, you haven't drank enough.
I love it.
Know what I'm saying?
Hitman, is Candy in the shop? He was wondering that. I think that was a question, but no.
She's not for sale.
Okay. All right.
All I know, whoever was throwing those shirts at you in that promo, great arm.
That might have been
Now
you,
I think
Kyle.
we all
don't
know
remember
who.
now. I think that might have been OK Lover showing off his
Looked like the aim was
a
a little
regular
off.
Ken O'Brien, right?
Hey, listen, depth perception issues. Let it go.
Well, shout out to Bobby in the chat mentioning that Homicide last night retained his NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship against Peter Avalon at Catalyst Wrestling. So those titles
for the strap.
Our champions go all over the place, and they defend those titles. They're fighting, traveling champions. Ryan wants to know, do you ship to Canada? We do, don't we?
Of course we do, Ryan.
Of course we do. Look at that. Why would we even talk about Canada this much if we didn't sell them stuff?
Well, I mean, we ship overseas too, so how are we not going to ship on the same continent?
Yep.
Canada's on the same continent.
Is it time we make the Canada announcement? I'm joking. There is no Canada announcement. We just really love talking about Canada, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. They won't let you across the border, so we can't go over there.
Every time I've crossed the Canadian border, I really have had issues. And usually it's because I was with a ring truck, but legit, it's always been an issue.
No, if you ran a stop sign 10 years ago, Pierre going to talk to you about it.
I brought up the Homicide thing because I wanted to make sure to mention that now, tomorrow or yesterday is officially a NWA historical day because there was a NWA title defense.
Did you know
there.
this, Will?
And I'm saying this because today also has some historical moments associated with it. One of which is a very big birthday, perhaps the biggest birthday. Harley Race would have turned 79 years old today. One of the toughest men of all time, as they say. The greatest wrestler on God's green earth. And so sending a happy birthday to Harley Race there. That's a big one. That's a name that gets brought up all the time in the current NWA product, not just as, impactful.
What a badass. Seriously, Harley Race.
Yeah,
you ever hear the story about him puking in his mouth and spitting it out the window?
The reach he's got in the current NWA. I mean, just between, that he was such a big part of the story of Nick Aldis and Trevor Murdoch, the previous two NWA World's Champions. And, he's one of those guys that his impact is going to be felt for forever in professional wrestling. He changed it. And so as long as guys like that are around, we're still going to fondly remember Harley and his contribution to the sport. So, yeah, that's a big one.
I still think Matt Cardona would have beaten him easily.
Wow. Okay.
That's a hot take. That is
just saying.
Wow.
Listen,
the guy.
We'll make sure the NWA retweets that if you want to put that out on Twitter.
I mean, that's on the level of going on social media and talking about anybody that disagrees with you as bots. I mean, that is just way out there.
Jeez, hot take.
I kind of suspect.
Trying to win the Jim Rome smack off. But listen, brother's got to take 2 check bags with him now because he's got it everywhere he goes. He wins somebody's strap. He's running out of room for belts.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's hard to deny that the head of the Cardona crime family is not, kicking everybody's ass.
I'm not taking anything away from Matt Cardona. It's just that Harley Race is such a legend. I just think that if you were to just
maybe
casually throw that into conversations in wrestling venues, then you might have some opposition.
I think, Danny, from now on, every time we have a show, you should just go up to whatever legend's there and be like, hey, what do you agree with me that Matt Cardona could beat Harley Race?
Yeah, that'll go.
And just see what they say. I think it'd be great. Race would kill Cardona. Harley Race is a man. You want to know how badass Harley Race is? He comes from a generation that nobody had tattoos, and yet he's like, you know what, I'm going to need a forearm tattoo. Like, that's like me. Look, I can go away with it. It's typically normal. I think
it's Harley Race now.
No, I'm saying that man was definitely before his time. Was like, I don't need to be accepted. I can prove myself in any situation. Harley Race, legend, the man. He'll probably come back and kick your ass from the grave, Danny, just for making that Cardona joke.
Well, I'll tell him Plunkett said it.
Another historical moment in NWA history that happened on this day. You know, we're just coming out of the Crockett Cup. The finals of the Crockett Cup from what year was it, Will? It was
87.
87. I was going to say 6, but 87 happened on this day. Well, the whole year of 1987 happened on this day. No,
it was great.
The finals of the Crockett Cup on this day in 1987 happened, and the Superpowers, Nikita Koloff and Dusty Rhodes, were the victors. And so another big moment in NWA history from today.
It's
my uncle Nikita, I love it.
Cup, but you know.
All right.
I'm just saying. It's on Unsolved Mysteries. Call up Robert Stack, and we'll get to the bottom of it.
All right. Sounds good. We'll hit him up. 1-800-876-5353.
Oh my God.
Was that legit the number? Do you know the number to Unsolved Mysteries?
I saw that show so much as a kid. I've always remembered that.
I bet you Joe Kenda had solved that crime. Look at that.
It used to scare me. I would be home and it would come on like as it would get darker as a child.
I still
can't.
And
then the music would hit and I would be unnerved. Like, I don't believe in aliens like abducting us or anything like that. But
why not?
It's just because I would think if there's any intelligent creatures in the universe, the last thing they do is come to Earth. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we seem very
Battlestar Galactica from the 70s.
Earth is kick-ass.
We seem primitive compared to what I think like advanced societies would be. So that's just like, they'd be like, oh, you use nuclear power and gasoline and you blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, so whenever that would show up, though, they would have the creepy music and then they'd have like the alien reenactments. And I legit, even though I don't believe in this, would be like, what if I'm wrong and something comes and abducts me?
Okay.
Anyway,
what if aliens are
just
really
best to
just
believe.
time travelers? What if they're just like people from the future coming back to see them?
All right, let's talk about time travel here.
Well,
Are
okay,
you a
That segment's
proponent?
coming up later.
Do you think that if time travel legitly exists, do you believe in divergent timelines or it's one timeline that just keeps on rewriting itself?
I think that there is no way that it exists unless it's divergent timelines. Like it has to be like parallel timelines that are happening, because the one thing, and we talk about movies a little bit, but the one thing that drives me the most nuts in movies, like the movie Looper, for instance, like those movies drive me crazy when somebody like goes in the past and like does something that doesn't immediately screw up everything.
Exactly.
Like, because you cannot be on the same timeline.
There you go, Santa.
Santa bringing it back around. Yep, Yuma was abducted by aliens.
He's a free agent now. We kicked him out of the Ill Begotten. So
I'm trying to stay on track, and these guys are working so hard. You got me that time. And it won't happen again tonight. Speaking of time travel, we should talk about things that are going on present day in the NWA. Will, take us in the loop.
Oh gosh! So you
I thought we were about to go to a video. I gave it a pause.
All right, look at that. That's
beautiful. Those segments, and I can't wait to be a part of something I had no idea was happening.
Well, once we get the timing down, it's going to be killer. But
is In the Loop just like news?
Yeah, we're just talking about the present NWA. Let's talk about Powerrr from this week. What's been going on in NWA USA? You know, we just want to. These people are watching the shows. They come to us to get our takes and to talk to them about, all these things. Cap's pointing out somewhere in a timeline, Matt Cardona is getting beaten by Harley Race right now. So that's nice.
A bold prediction.
I would love it to think if there was a divergent timeline where WWF never bridged off of the NWA. The NWA became the dominant force in sports entertainment. That'd be insane.
We wouldn't have jobs.
I know, we wouldn't, which is insane to me. In another life, I'm just I'm working at like a Friendlies somewhere.
Oh, we'd be
which is really sad because there's like 12 left in the U.S.
Yeah.
I miss their chicken fingers basket.
All right, Will. What's in the loop, Daddy?
What's in the loop?
Oh, I just play the video. Gary gets us actually in the loop.
Oh, all right.
All right. Well, a big thing from Powerrr this past week, there was an action-packed episode. One of the big ones was, talking about Matt Cardona versus Pope. Matt Cardona's in action 2 weeks in a row, so you have to give him credit there. He is a fighting champion. He had a big matchup with Tim Storm this past week, and that one was huge. Couldn't wait to see Tim Storm get his hands on Matt Cardona. And unfortunately, things didn't go so well for Tim Storm during this. Obviously, you can see here that Matt Cardona's a little deceptive. Tim Storm was ready for it.
He was trying to show respect.
Tim Storm is a thug and should be arrested.
Listen, Tim Storm deserves all the respect in the world. Former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. He was the man that when the NWA came back from its hiatus, he was the person that represented the brand. And then, of course, Nick Aldis coming to the ring right now. Very fitting since he also was the person. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, he was there. Cardona was taking advantage.
You want to hang your brand on? This is the guy you want to hang your brand on?
You're talking about a match that look, his posse's coming in. They're trying to attack.
He doesn't even pronounce Matt's name right. He calls him Cardona. He's always Matt Cardona.
He has an accent, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, he puts an
He took
R
a belt that doesn't belong to him, and he assaulted members of the Cardona family. That
right.
is a thing.
And Tim put me on the injured reserve for a year, so you guys should give me some sympathy there for that.
Do you happen to remember when Matt Cardona made his debut in the NWA at Hard Times 2, and it was at the expense of Pope, and then Trevor Murdoch was down and out, and Matt Cardona took the belt and held it up above his head, or looked at it?
I do remember that. I remember that so well.
Maybe he was a time traveler and knew he was going to get a title shot and he was going to win. There you go.
I remember it so well that it makes complete sense that when there was a champion opportunity from the Champion Series, that Pope would also remember that. Do we have a clip?
No, you timed that wrong. Yeah. I mean, we can show.
Kyle, you can't show up late and then request a clip. It doesn't work. You got to be here on time if you want a clip.
You have my cell phone number, Instagram message. I know what you're going to say. I always send it on Instagram. Still, why?
Yeah. You want to be a part of the clips, respond to any of the emails that went out today.
I also sent out an email like early this morning, Kyle.
I did not get that from you. I have no missed emails from you.
I feel like he was on there, but
I saw the email.
Yeah, Dealz responded right away, and that's how I knew. I was like, "That's
the email. I would have responded."
You were on it. I saw it. He even said, "Hey, fellas."
Yep,
plural.
That's how Will talks. That sounds like Will. He would say, "Hey, fellas."
Hey, fellas. See, that's what I sound like.
Yeah,
it's perfect. But anyway,
oh my god, you really did send it. How did I not see this?
Wow, I'm so shocked.
How did I not see this?
It just blew him up.
And also,
he has emails from me going like straight to spam, or he filters it out into like an.
He's got email from you from 2016. He still hadn't read.
Yeah. You really? I don't know how I didn't see this. Top hits. Oh my god! You even did write an outline for the show.
Yeah, it's very obvious that you didn't see it.
Obviously,
we're trying to be pros. That's what I'm saying. We're trying to be professional.
This is from a divergent timeline. We are living in not the real timeline. Something happened.
In one spot on those production notes. Is there anything about time travel? Yet here it is, dominating the conversation. Even Naughty McPony's talking about it in the chat. That's how you get a clip. You fix time travel. So
exactly.
Anyway, Eric pointing out, Cardona took that perfect storm like a man. Danny Dealz got one. He was unconscious for minutes afterwards.
Hey.
Yeah, and I was on the injured reserve for a year. I didn't get any cards or flowers from any of you. I got plenty from the Dealyites, but
I faxed my well wishes to you.
Right.
Should have gotten them.
All right. It might have been unplugged at that time.
Where's Santa's Crockett Cup T-shirt?
And actually, the Deal Machine sent out a bunch. I sent out a bunch today.
I hope you didn't email
more
Kyle
being
about
made. I had to make at least close to 700 more because we didn't have enough. I'm not even exaggerating. Everybody's laughing.
No, I was laughing at Will, and I was looking at him being like, I've gotten 49 different subjects today. I don't know how I even missed that. And I got to be honest with you, I think you might be right, Will. I think it might have accidentally got sent to my
Chipped a bunch out.
This explains a lot.
What happened at 1:00 today?
Anybody want to give out Kyle's email here for the chat? They're looking for it. Matthew John saying
at gmail.com.
He's the bell collector. That is
With a
correct,
Z.
Matthew.
Yeah, Matt Cardona is, man, you look at that bag, he does have a lot of belts, but as Scott points out, there's only one belt that matters, and that is
And
the
he's got it.
NWA World
And he's got it, yeah.
Championship.
So,
Tell him, Will.
Yeah.
What
All
else
right,
is in the loop
all right.
there, Garrison?
Well, let's talk about something else in the loop. Earlier, I think it was Jedi, I think in the chat was asking about what's up with the Briscoes. When are they getting a title shot? It's funny, they're asking the same questions right now on NWA.
Please welcome our 2022 Crockett Cup winners, the Briscoe brothers. Guys, I'd love to congratulate you on your win, and of course, your win also over OGK.
Yeah. Miss May, how we doing today? Them boys is right here in the NWA, baby. Okay, Chief. Hey, I hear you over there. Hey, Miss May, we rolling right now. We on the road, all right? We don't see nobody stopping us. All right, we won the Crockett Cup and we just beat OGK. So the way we see it here in the NWA, there's only one thing left to do. Tell them what that is, chick. We need them straps, baby. We need them legendary boys. You know what I'm saying? Hawk, Animal. You know what I'm saying? We need them things around our waist. You know what I'm saying? Them boys, we got to solidify a legacy. So pretty much what we saying, La Rebellion, watch y'all's ass, because them boys is coming. Y'all got the belts that we want. We want the big matches. We want the big fights. La Rebellion, y'all next on the list. Tell us when, tell us where, Miss May. That's really all we need to know at this point.
Right, that is all we need to know. So thank you so much for your time, guys.
Man, those
I
two
think we
guys.
need subtitles for the Briscoes promo. I know Kyle can understand it because they're his cousins, but
no, I'm from the South. I got every word.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty clear. They want La Rebellion. They want the tag team titles. They want those legendary straps.
They need to get silver bullets, or it's not going to happen.
It's a good point. I'll tell you what. There may not be a hotter match besides Pope and Matt Cardona tomorrow night. There may not be a bigger match coming up right now that I could see happening than the Briscoes versus La Rebellion for the world's tag team titles. That's going to be huge.
When that match finally does happen, I really can see the Briscoes walking away with the tag team titles. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, I love La Rebellion. Apparently I'm a fan of Werewolves. Definitely aggressive, that hard-hitting tag team action that they go for. But, I mean, that also fits them boys, hard-hitting tag team styles. And we put four people that can just beat the hell of each other in a ring. Anything could happen. But I think what it comes down to is La Rebellion has been worn down. You know, the Crockett Cup, we saw it. They have taken a beating as time's gone on. They've been defending those titles everywhere internationally. And all it's going to take is one night, one tag team to be in the right place at the right time with the right drive. And we're looking at new tag team champions.
I don't
plunk in the tail.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't doubt that, Kyle. I feel like I've said that over and over for La Rebellion. I mean, they've had multiple run-ins with the End, who I could say the same thing for. You know, if they can put everything together, that they could have taken the titles. But it's like when I look at, you know, the strength of the NWA tag team division is unmatched right now in professional wrestling. We just had the Crockett Cup. We've got the Briscoes in the NWA now as part of everything.
IB
you just heard
boys.
from them. Yeah. And the IB boys, right? I'll mention them too. But you know, La Rebellion has gone up against all of them pretty much, and the only chink in the armor was the Commonwealth connection at Crockett Cup. And you know, other than that, I mean, they've given us no reason to think that really anyone
who were
beat
probably in the country illegally, by the way. Talking about the British brothers, right?
Yeah, you're waiting on that background check to come in.
That's
right. You make sure your fax machine's plugged in.
No, it is. It's fired up because I've fired off many faxes to the NWA office about that damn Medusa, but we'll deal with that later.
Yeah. So I mean, I get what you're saying, Kyle. I just the strength of La Rebellion and what they've been able to prove since they've won those belts. I just lean that direction, that where they're at right now. I don't know, even if, and this might be controversial, but even if the Briscoes show up at their best, I still don't know at that point they could dethrone the current champs.
I think that La Rebellion needs to face the Briscoes, I think, as part of their legacy.
Oh, sure.
Right now, establishing themselves as the best tag team in the world. You hear them talk about it all the time. One of the ways they're going to prove that is by facing a team like the Briscoes, who are widely considered in that same discussion for being one of the greatest tag teams in the world right now. And so La Rebellion needs that match almost as much as the Briscoes do. And La Rebellion needs to show that they can beat a team like the Briscoes. And then I think that they're really solidifying themselves as one of the best teams in the business today.
Kyle, Royded Caps wants to know if the Briscoes ever beat you up in Ring of Honor.
I almost got into a fight with Jay Briscoe in a hotel room back in the day when we were all working. And I made an offhanded remark because we're all like, and I made a smartass comment to Mark. And then Jay just stared at me. And I went, oh no, I've made a huge mistake. And then I put my hands up and I avoided eye contact. I looked down and I said, my apologies, I'll be leaving now. And I slowly backed out of the hotel room and went down the hallway because I realized that you should never mess with two people that are willing to hurt themselves to hurt you. And that is why I left, because much like a bear in the woods, even if you make yourself as big as possible, that bear has claws and that bear may eat you. And the next day I saw them and they're like, hey man, I think we took that the wrong way. My bad. And I was like, no problem. Thanks for being nice.
You'll have to tell me what you said at some point. We
were just joking around and I just made some smart ass comment. I don't even remember what it was, but it was directed at.
Sound like you.
He was drinking his demons, so he doesn't remember. He was hammered on it.
And yeah, and I'll never forget the look on Jay's face where I went, I've made a huge mistake. I need to leave before I get murdered.
Was this pre or post Soul Patch, Kyle?
It was Soul Patch Kyle with like the black mohawk. Yeah, it was definitely bad.
So you were asking for it.
I was asking for it.
So you were already halfway to an ass beating before you said the smart ass comment.
Very true.
God damn.
With those boys, yeah.
But then I was like, I don't know where I'm going to go now because I think I was supposed to be staying in that room. And then Chris Daniels was like, hey, you can use my room. I don't need it. And I was like, thank you very much. So, yeah.
Yeah. That is,
well, hey, shout out to Ryan, because look at this. He just got all access.
Hey, thanks, Ryan. That's awesome.
See?
He's going to be among the first to see the title match tomorrow night.
Does not lie to the deal yet.
Are you watching this, President Corgan? I told you this show was worth something.
He ain't watching this.
He's emailing me right now, and he said nothing about this. So that's good.
I think he's hanging out on YouTube on Monday night.
Yeah.
Well, you never know.
All right. Well, I saw earlier Bobby mentioning that he'd like to see Jay Spade challenge for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. And I saw earlier that I think it might have been you, Bobby. You were talking about Rhett Titus versus Homicide for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. And it's funny you mentioned Rhett Titus because he's working his way up right now in the NWA Junior Heavyweight division. He had a big match this past week on Powerrr with Darius Lockhart. And that match was a technical spectacle. Obviously, you know.
Technical spectacle.
Yeah, technical spectacle. I like that. I'm going to say, let's make that into a shirt. Anyway, these two guys, it went like this, like what you're seeing in the images here for the first little while. Lots of holds, chain wrestling, until at some point Darius Lockhart decided to use his foot to Rhett Titus's face to break one of the holds.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, it just it changed things around at that point. And Darius and Rhett got so aggressive with each other that referee Jared Fritz, we all know Jared Fritz, he's a great referee. He tried to get them apart. He tried to give them the count to separate. And at some point, Darius Lockhart would not separate and ended up with the big DQ.
We have a serious problem with the referees here. They all need to be investigated.
Yes, they all keep on upholding rules and following them and holding people accountable. It's weird.
Kevin Keenan should be suspended if not arrested. And on that tip, from Kevin Keenan illegally, for no reason, throwing me out of Alex Taylor's match against Capris Coleman on USA a couple weeks ago, I got an electronic mail from Medusa, who allegedly is the general manager. And she said there's going to be some disciplinary action against the Dealz. Do you believe this? Do you believe it?
I cannot believe that. And
I've
Kyle's
got
wife
some
can't
They don't
believe
have
it.
anything
She
better
sounded
to
so
do.
disappointed.
I've got some serious issues with Medusa. That's all.
Did you hear that?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you though, the best officiating I've seen in years was
It's
Jeff
a
Jarrett
crime.
at Crockett Cup.
It's a
So,
crime. And
If we can get Jeff Jarrett to just be full-time official, he did a great job.
I think Jarrett was unbelievable. But these other guys here, they all need to be investigated.
Oh, well.
And sent off to Roy Shire's territory, if so. And Medusa, she doesn't want to mess with me, because if she continues to mess with me in disciplinary action, whatever that means, there's going to be some consequences and repercussions. That's all I got to say. Medusa. They should let me be the GM of USA.
Is Bane Wrangler? Please don't tell me that William Corgan has a made up screen name called Bane Wrangler, and that this is legit.
He was joking. He was joking.
Oh, I was about to be like, "Are you Bane Wrangler?" And I know he's going to go, "What are you talking about?"
No,
Yeah,
just
don't
go ahead and ask him.
Ask him anyway. Let's get Medusa versus Dealz. I'm with Hitman here. All right.
Yeah, for who's running USA, I'll tell you that. You know who's going to win that one? Me. I should ref a match there, John Matthews. You're correct. I would be better than these corrupt referees we have right now. They've got somebody's in their pocket. I don't know who it is. Maybe Kyle, Medusa, Tim Storm, somebody. But I've had enough of it. That's all I'm saying.
Back to Rhett Titus for just a minute. Coming off that big matchup with Darius Lockhart where he got the victory, he's working his way up. But John Farmer in the chat, he's a celebrity to me. I love that guy. He says Rhett Titus is taking on Tom Latimer in Richmond, Virginia this Saturday.
I've got the betting line up on 1-800-DEALS for that. They got Latimer plus 5.
Battle of hair and abs. Who will win? Everyone.
Yeah, that's it.
Latimer plus 5. Take that bet right there.
Hey, man, Tom Latimer is a big, bad powerhouse, but if you don't think he could do that British style like that, just, oh, man, he's great. At, he knows how to wrestle. He can grapple with you. That guy's awesome. One of the best in the biz, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see here. Thomas wants Tyrus to be Santa Claus when the time comes for that.
I feel like Tyrus is not going to go for that. Just call it a random vibe that I've got there.
We get
Kyle, we'll let you ask him.
Which, to be honest, speaking of which, Tyrus, his book just went on sale, or at least it's been on pre-order there. Bestseller on Amazon right now. And, there's a little rumor that if things keep on going the way they are at Oak Grove, he might have a little bit of a signing, which remains to be seen. Nothing finalized yet, but putting it out there, details to follow.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I believe it's like the 26th or the 24th. I'll have to confirm that. We should get Tyrus on here.
It comes out on the 26th, Oak Grove, Kentucky. PowerrrTrip 2, April 30th. So I'm just hoping that if we do this, there will be plenty of books still available. From what I'm reading, it's selling out quick already on pre-order. So I don't know. Get your copies if you can.
Well, it seems like as good a time as any to talk a little bit about PowerrrTrip too, because that is a huge show coming to Oak Grove, Kentucky on April the 30th. And tickets are on sale right now at NWATix.com. 2 matches announced for that show so far. More to come, but the ones that are announced already, you want to talk about some good ones. How about an NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship match is up? Homicide is going to be defending against Colby Carino. Colby's been waiting to get Homicide one-on-one for that title.
Well, I think the NWA fam has been waiting for this match too, even though Crockett Cup wasn't that long ago. I think looking at that match, and it's no disrespect to the other 2 competitors that were in that 4-way where Homicide won the title, but I think, for the past couple of years, Colby Carino has made a name for himself. And I think everybody kind of thought he would be a front runner for that junior heavyweight championship. And props to Homicide for winning that 4-way. But I think this is a match everybody's wanted to see for a long time.
I'm super excited about this because of the history between the Carino family and Homicide. Dealz always jokes about who my cousins are and everything like that. And I guess that would make Homicide one of my cousins. But literally, Carinos have been a thorn in the side of Homicide for the last 20 years in professional wrestling. And frankly, Steve Carino, an NWA legend in his own right, taught his son so much. And with the history he has with Homicide, who knows what he's told him? He could have given him the little secret Achilles heel that he knew about in Homicide. We could be looking at a new champion come PowerrrTrip 2.
That is a great point. Will, I feel like I've said this at every Oak Grove show. There's always like this one match that gets thrown in there from By Any Means Necessary to the original PowerrrTrip. There's always like one match that gets thrown in that I'm like, I did not know I needed this match, but now I'm glad I have it, and this is all I've ever wanted in my life. And that's happening again because announced just the other day, you got Harry Smith taking on Mike Knox. You want to talk about a grudge match, just a prize fight. That's two huge men, two big powerhouses going one-on-one. I don't even know if Fowler Hall can hold that.
And there's a lot of skin in the game for both of these guys in this match because you got Mike Knox or Mike Cardona. I don't know if he's legally changed his name, but he's part of the Cardona family. And Harry Smith, who's part of the Commonwealth Connection, closely connected with Nick Aldis, obviously. And so these are two guys from opposite ends of the spectrum here, and they're both big dudes. And I don't know, it's one of the things that I've seen a lot of it on Twitter lately, but I don't think people realize how big Harry Smith is. I think people realize how big Mike Knox is. He just has that presence, but just being at Crockett Cup and, actually getting to meet Harry Smith, I was like, that's a big dude. And so this match you're going to see when these two guys face off, I mean, this is going to be a big, tough, two big, tough guys fighting it out. And yeah, you're right, Gary. The one we didn't know we needed, but now we're glad we got it.
You're spot on about that. And I'm seeing it in the chat right here. Sandoval's Harry Smith is a specimen. I mean, you nailed it right in the head there. I hadn't had the pleasure of meeting Harry Smith until Crockett Cup. And when I was in the room with him, all I could think of when I looked over across the way and I'd be like, that's a big boy. You don't even realize it. And Knox, like you said, everybody knows Mike Knox, monster of a man. Harry Smith, also a monster of a man. Just they chiseled away some of that and made it even more condensed. This match, anything could happen, anything go. And like you stated right there, they represent two sides, two forces in the National Wrestling Alliance that are, ideologically just opposed to each other. So this one's going to be one for the record books and could have ramifications down the road in ways we don't even know.
I'll get you an autographed 8x10. I'll get you a deal on it. But you're reading the wrong comments in this chat. Look at old Enrique Dale here. It says that Danny Dealz would be a credible ref. The man is impeachable, a true figure of integrity. You didn't read that one. What's the heat there?
When you say you're reading the wrong things in the thread, I looked over and I saw something about people sharing a jacuzzi with each other. I thought you were going to start talking about that. I was like, please don't go there. Please don't go there.
I can get you a deal on a jacuzzi, though.
I actually need one for my backyard, so hook me up with that later.
Not the jacuzzi Willie Bowen needs, though.
No, I just need one with water in it. I don't need any other guests.
What else is in the loop here? We strayed away from the format. Kyle wouldn't know that because he didn't read the email. But
I missed the email. I got sidetracked with other business. I apologize. At least I admitted I was wrong.
I was going to mention PowerrrTrip 2 earlier, but it worked out perfectly just that it came up in conversation. So I figured we'd just roll with it.
All right.
I heard a rumor too. It's not been released yet or anything like that, but I'm hearing a big rumor that there will be somebody that Matt Cardona has specifically requested represent the Cardonas there. So we're looking at, I don't know what that means. I've heard names. We'll see, but I'm going to tell you right now, somebody outside the NWA that we know might be making an appearance in competition.
Interesting.
Way to say a lot of nothing. He didn't tell us nothing.
That's what Kyle does. He just shows up.
There.
Does a lot of
little teasers. Little teasers. I do pepper in a lot of things that I shouldn't into this. So if you're paying attention,
guys, if you come to the show, there might be somebody there.
Kyle might drink just enough seltzer to tell us something he's not supposed to.
We kid each other a lot. We poke at each other. But have you guys been watching Trevor Murdoch lately? Would you guys ever pick on this guy?
Never.
There's something wrong with
it. Seems like he's lost all sense of humor.
Yeah, he's
Trevor, we're looking at this. It's all business with you as of late. We heard earlier, Pope, he's going after the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. You still have that rematch clause. What's going on in your mind?
Kyle, I'm going to tell you again, and I'm going to tell everybody else. I'm here to focus on me and me alone. Maybe if I would have focused more on me, I would still be world champion.
Jesus. No, don't. Stop. Kyle, stand back and please hold the mic. I need to say something to him. Trevor? Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to be out here, so excuse the eyeliner. But no, look at me. No, this ain't about you. Sorry. Since you lost the NWA title, you don't return my texts, you don't return my phone calls. I'm not the only one. I show up here, we don't sit together. Trevor, I have been to your house. I have been to barbecues. I spent Thanksgiving with you and your family at Josh and Nikki's. You won the NWA title. You need to get out of your own head because, see, I know exactly what's going on inside you. When you feel that your soul's been ripped out, when you don't want to get out of bed in the morning, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you have to turn the lights off to shave, when you lace your boots up and you just don't want to do it because you just don't feel like it, well, the Trevor that I know keeps going. Well, it's not good enough? Not good enough? Okay. Well, it is obvious that your public school education did not teach you critical thinking skills. I am saying this because you, sir, need to hear it. For the last several weeks, you've been out here talking about patience. I have no patience with anyone. I have no patience with this one and that one. Well, you, sir, need a little patience. Yeah. Just a little patience. Yeah.
Aaron.
Very well, if you insist. Said Trevor, and take it slow. Oh my God!
Whoa! I was kind of liking that version of Patience, though. I was digging that.
Well.
Oh man.
Trevor Murdoch is fresh out of Patience.
You know what though? I don't. That was uncalled for.
Listen, I don't like karaoke either, but I don't punch a man over it, much less a man that I would call a friend. And for Trevor Murdoch to be lashing out at his friends like this definitely shows that there's an edge to him now that maybe needs to be either dulled slightly or sharpened even further and then focused directly on the singles division, because that man with a rematch, with that attitude, with that nothing holding him back type of just aggression happening, you're looking at a man who could win that NBA title at any point in time. And if I was Matt Cardona, if I was Pope, if I was Nick Aldis, if I was anybody that's in title contention right now, I'd be watching out for him, because at some point in time, he's going to be a problem for everybody the way things are going.
All right, Plunkett, watch out for him because he's in title contention. All right.
Okay. Well, as long as Plunkett's not Axl Rose, I think he should be okay. Trevor Murdoch seems to not be a huge GNR fan.
They're horrible.
Gary Davis, yeah. All right, well. And anyway, Murdoch is serious business, and Aaron Stevens found out the hard way. I can't wait to see how more of that plays out. That was a hell of a punch there from Trevor Murdoch for sure. Okay, well, moving on in the NWA. Let's see. Anything else from Powerrr we want to talk about? I guess let's talk a minute about the let's talk about moments, because I know a huge one. Dealz, I think you even said this would be like your moment of the week if we got around to that. So let's see. Should we? Mine is going to be about the national title.
Well,
and,
play the footage, and I'll explain it afterwards. Does it got audio?
Don't trust him. Do not. This isn't smart. This is not smart. I don't know why Sign would do this. He's smarter than this. Austin Idol is clearly setting him up.
What could he possibly be saying to Scion? I mean, they've had this bizarre, strange relationship. Oh, and
Tyrus shoving the ref.
Robert King.
Wait a minute. Based on Sion's reaction now.
Oh, now he's completely shoved our lead referee, Robert King, to the canvas.
Sion, watch your back. Watch your back.
What did Austin Idol tell Sion?
Whatever it is, it was something that got in Sion's head. He does not look happy right now.
He looks frozen. He's almost as though he's seen a hard punch. The hard punch.
This is ridiculous.
He didn't even get the third opportunity for the slam challenge.
You know what?
So there you go. Scion entering the Slam Challenge, and something from Austin Idol caused that whole thing to kind of unravel there, and Scion ended up on the mat. So Danny Dealz, tell us about it.
It was very serious, what he told him. It's pretty deep. I have some inside knowledge on it here, and I'm just I'm totally shooting here, guys.
And what would it be?
It's really, he told him about all the deals I got. And he just couldn't believe it. He was just off as soon as he heard it, he said, I can't believe, wait a minute, I can get what for what? And that was right before I put out the Fool for Deals coupon code. He was so blown away about it, he lost concentration. That happens,
I'm not going to lie.
New T-shirts.
I thought he was going to tell him that he also believes in time travel and divergent things, and that he is actually the alternate reality version of Austin Idol. That Austin Idol is Scion from another timeline. But real talk, though.
As well.
We're joking around on this one, to be honest with you.
But I know from a good source that he just told him about the deals, and Scion couldn't believe it, Daddy. That's what happened.
Scion wasn't wearing a shirt, to be fair, so he,
Here's the truth. I've never seen Scion wear a shirt. Also, I don't know enough about Scion to even touch the idea of what one would say to him to get him upset. I don't know enough about the man. He's a mystery.
Told him about the deals.
Regardless about the deals, who knows what Austin Idol? Two people know. Austin Idol knows what he told him, and Scion knows what he told him. And as I said, this week on Powerrr, I'm going to try to get to the bottom of it. We've got less than 24 hours, and I hope you get answers for everybody, because I want to know. And I really want to make sure that Dealz is wrong on this, because if it turns out I get an answer and he tells me, I was told about the deals, I am going to be so disappointed.
What? You're not excited?
For the deals? Yes, I'm excited about the deals.
You need an upgrade on that hoodie you're wearing right there.
I do. If I can get a blue one that has like an NWA USA logo here, I'd rock that stuff. I have blue eyes. It would really bring out my eyes.
This guy, listen to him. Will, what do you got?
I'm at a loss. It could be the deals, really could be. But whatever it was,
I cannot tell a lie, William. I did not chop down the cherry tree. I'm telling you, that's what
we know that Scion, he's a deep emotional guy. We've seen that every time we hear from him. I mean, he's very serious. He's very sounds like he's got a lot of baggage and stuff from his past. I mean, we all do, but he really puts that into his work in the ring. And so, I don't know. But Austin Idol's a smart guy, so I don't know if what he told him was strategic to take him off his game, or if what he told him was something. I know we heard Scion say you're lying. So that's our only clue at this point before Kyle tries to get us some answers.
What?
Journalism
What if
tomorrow.
we got those guys on Maury?
Yeah, that could work. A lot of the chats definitely got a lot of theories. But
Will brings up a great point. Like, why should we even trust that anything that Austin Idol told him is even legit? A, we don't know what he said, and B, we don't even know if what he said was true. Scion is kind of emo knowing. That's great.
Maury Povich.
All right. Well, one thing I wanted to talk about is another big thing, and this can lead us right into NWA USA, because we should talk about that show as well.
The show that I will soon be the GM of when we get Medusa out of there.
The show that Danny Dealz says he will soon be the GM of if he can get Medusa out of there. That show comes on Saturdays at noon, and if you're not watching that one as much as you're watching Powerrr, you're missing out, because there's a lot of great stuff. A lot of it surrounding the national title right now, and that title has... we haven't mentioned it here on this show yet, but it's got a lot of activity going on. A lot of people interested in holding that title for good reason. But it all started really on Powerrr, because Jack Stain was there and confronted Chris Adonis, the former champion.
Don't worry about Johnny come lately to the national title scene right here and his furry vest. Because standing right here, you have the greatest wrestler to ever hold that national title.
I am a former NWA World Champion, a former NWA World Tag Team Champion, a former NWA North American Champion, and the current two-time NWA National Champion. And quite frankly, Chris Adonis, if you want a shot at this title, I'll put you on the shelf just like I did Crimson or Mayweather
or Anthony or whoever it may be. But see, here in the NWA, they let the big dumb ones like you spend most of their time doing challenges. So what you're saying is you're up for challenges. Yes, that's exactly what I said. How about the Master Lock Challenge?
No way. Master Lock Challenge, no way. As a matter of fact, this title can't change hands on a challenge, and I don't get paid for challenges, so no to the Master Lock Challenge.
We can do this right now. Come on. Come on. There's a lot of this going on. There's going to be a lot of this.
I believe the national champion just walked away from you.
He's going to keep walking.
So big challenge from Chris Adonis there to Jack Stane and for the national title. I mean, you know that Chris Adonis wants that title back. He thought it looked so good with the rest of his outfit anyway. So anyway, just that would be a big bad match right there.
Those are two big bad boys. Am I just a tiny human being, or are they just massive human beings? Because like being wedged in the middle of that on camera, I'm just going like, damn, like that's a lot of muscle. And frankly,
what's funny is when they go face to face like that, Kyle, you just disappeared. There was just a phantom hand holding a mic.
Their arms are like the size of my head. And just thinking about those two clashing over the national championship is a match. You know, we joked about before, like, oh, there's things you don't know you need until you have them sitting right in front of you. That was literally right in front of me. And I realized, like, this is going to be something. I hope it becomes something, because that is a match I want to see that I didn't even know I wanted to see until now.
What's crazy about the national title right now is you have that. Obviously, the former champion is going to want to take part in a matchup for the title. They'll try to win it back. But also over on NWA USA, I mean, a lot's going on over there involving the national title as well. In fact, this past week, the whole thing revolved around this, and there had to be a huge tag team matchup between Jack Stane and, well, he was the mystery partner of Marche Rocket, and they took on the Fixers. And this matchup was huge. Nobody expected Jack Stane to actually come in. The winner of this match, if the Fixers won, Jay Bradley was going to get a title shot. And if Marche wins, he gets a title shot. Now, let's preface this by saying the advocate for Jack Stane, Chris Silvio, did mention up top of the show that he doesn't care what happens here. None of this matters. This is unprecedented. It doesn't count. But Jack Stane did still show up and make sure that Marche Rocket got the win there. So I'm interested to see what happens from here. Does Marche Rocket also enter the national title picture?
I thought we were going to a clip. Sorry.
I was about to say, the world will never know. Anyway.
Is that rhetorical? No. I mean, hey, the law speaks for itself. If none of this is legal, then it was a big waste of time. But, you know, I'm sure Jack Stane and his legal counsel have a plan, and he's made it clear he's not putting the title up for a challenge, a Master Lock challenge or something hokey like that. It's going to be somebody that has to earn that shot, and him entering that match was a strategic move, and I'm sure they've got it all figured out, and we'll figure it out moving forward. Well,
did Christopher ever get his rematch? Or is he entitled to one?
He lost the title to Mayweather, and no, the very somebody's watching Netflix.
Sorry to do the show during a party.
It doesn't look good when you start watching Netflix instead of the show you're on.
It's not me. It's a young lady who is my mother, who has a broken leg, who's trying to cover us over there.
Okay. All right. Just saying.
She deserves her Netflix.
We can let your mom have the Netflix. Yeah. So anyway, it's just it's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing shakes out with the national title. Chris Adonis, you would think, would be eligible for a rematch, a match against Jack Stane, and I don't know. Gary Davis in the chat predicting Jack Stane could break the Master Lock. I don't
know about that.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, you seen how big that guy is, Kyle? Tell him that's a big dude.
That's a man that's twice the size of me, and one day I wish to be that large, but apparently it would have happened already. So alas, he will remain a giant human being compared to the rest of us.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, Cowboy. You're done growing.
I think I'm actually shrinking.
I did want to point out RSWW in the chat saying that Magic Jake is the best magician he's ever seen. If you're a fan of Magic Jake Dumas and want to know more about him, he actually has a feature right now over at Slam Wrestling. So check out that website. And they actually have a huge thing with Magic Jake. It's Kyle still working on his.
I was trying to do a magic trick.
Kyle the Houdini over there.
How's this for a magic trick? Ooh.
Just
where'd he go?
Yeah. Anyway, all right. What else happened on USA? Will I think we had a big matchup with Danny Dealz' former best friend Sal Rinauro. He went 1-on-1 with Arya Dabari, looking crazy as ever. Fortunately, I don't know.
think Arya looks crazy.
Look at those plaid tights.
Yeah.
Look at that magic carpet.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't work out for Sal. Arya picked up the win. And then immediately after, had a big challenge for Nick Aldis. Says he wants Nick Aldis 1-on-1. So there's another thing. Just things in the NWA, you never know what's going to happen. It's really strange, but he's got a score to settle with Nick. So that's going to be interesting to see.
I mean, one would be like, what are you doing calling out Nick Aldis? He's a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. But then he explained it, the fact that his brother's very close with Nick and he feels like he's been disrespected. And, I'm an only child, so I don't know what that's like. But apparently, if you're the younger brother, sometimes you get a little bit of a complex, especially when it comes to your brother's friends. So we'll see what happens on that.
By the way,
not one to lay down a challenge that have one laid down to him and not answer it. So we'll see what goes.
Shocker that Sizzler lost. He never won a match until the Deal Machine was around, and I don't think he's won one since Dealz has taken a walk. So no shocker there.
Another big matchup that I didn't expect from USA was Colby Carino was in action, and he took on Action Mike Jackson, 72 years young. Wow, look at that. Who expected to see Mike Jackson in the NWA again, I guess I should say. But here he is. He's back. And it was a pretty impressive match. Colby stooping to, he used some stuff there at the end. I saw it. It was on camera.
There was two lines in that match that were the lines of the night to me. One of them was Joe Galley mentioning that Action Mike Jackson, if I remember right, was 47 when Colby Carino was born. And then the other line he threw out there was Colby Carino's about to be beaten by a geriatric man. Those two things popped me.
Wow.
And also the fact that I can barely get around without my hip bothering me, and I'm only 40. If I could be walking those ropes like Action Mike Jackson was doing at his age, he's doing something right. That man, legend.
He looks great. I cannot believe how old he is. That is impressive. This guy moves just like, he went toe to toe with Colby Carino, who was, I think they said he was like 40 when Colby was born or something.
47.
47. Look at that.
Kyle
that's
just
crazy.
said it.
Yeah, he did just say it. So I was it. Yeah,
it was definitely in the late 40s. It might have been 46, 47, but either way.
Old Mike, he started wrestling when Christ was a kid, but he's still ready to go, isn't he?
Anyway, nobody's being mean about Mike Jackson.
No, if anything, the man's like it's us complimenting his skill level. He's got the knowledge, he's got the ability, and he has the history. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't mess with people that have been there and done that.
He walked all around on the top rope, like I could barely hit him.
That's a fair point. RSWW also talking about how awesome of a wrestler Carino is. And we
Colby Jack.
About it. At PowerrrTrip 2, he's going to be taking on Homicide. And he alluded to that. He has junior heavyweight title aspirations immediately following the match with Mike Jackson.
Bobby wants to see Victor Benjamin some more.
At age 12, I became the youngest person to win a match in the National Wrestling Alliance. At 14 years old, I became the youngest person to challenge for an NWA world title. And at the good old age of 25 and in my prime, I am going to win my first world title. I'm not Homicide. I'm not here to disregard you. I'm not here to say you ain't all that in a bag of chips. But let's be honest. If there wasn't 2 other men in that ring, you wouldn't be holding that title right now. Don't get me wrong, Homicide. You're tough. You're an OG. But your last name ain't Carino.
That's very strong words from Colby Carino.
Colby's mad all the time. Why is he always mad?
I don't know. Why can't everybody be as chill as Danny Dealz?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm more curious. Do they make throwback Doritos bags, or have you just been stockpiling those since 1995?
You freeze-dried them.
He was talking about your throwback Doritos bag.
I was having a snack. Yeah, I got a deal on it. I went in my time machine back to 1978 and got the bag.
Yeah. That's called a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
I could not have predicted this would be a through line for the show today. Time travel.
Is time travel real? Did Doc ever exist? If I mention Doc on here, will anybody know what we're talking about? The timeline's been rewritten.
Ooh, weird. All right. Well,
he'll disappear in the chat in a minute.
Speaking of another person, by the way, who's out of time, like just you would think. Wait, I don't know. That didn't sound right. He's out of time. No, I meant like he's been through every era. It feels like of the NWA for like the past 40 years. So we're talking about Ricky Morton. He was on NWA USA, and he spoke with
Rock and Roll Remorse.
Please welcome one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. Ricky, it's always so nice to see you. And I'm curious to know if you think your son, Kerry, has what it takes to become champion.
Well, first of all, I want to say it's a pleasure to be back here on NWA and to let you know that Ricky Morton is live and well and ready to get down. But you're talking about, in our business, it takes years to get to the top. You just don't learn this business overnight. My son, yes, he has a good future in this business. His chance of being a champion is not right now, but maybe later on. A great wrestler, 3rd generation. We're looking forward to being here on NWA and looking to have a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to watching him. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I do love that Kerry Morton kid. He is fiery. He's good. He's real good. It's interesting to see his dad thinks he needs a little bit more time before he starts chasing the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. Curious how those two would feel, or how Kerry would feel about him saying that. But Ricky's a legend, so he probably knows what he's talking about. I'd give him the credit.
Young Kerry. I've known Kerry since he was 5.
There we go. I was going to say, I think one of the greatest things about the National Wrestling Alliance in the modern era is the legacy athletes that we have here. You've got Colby Carino. You can even say PJ Hawks. He's a 2nd generation. We've got Kerry Morton, the future legend. He's been just everywhere he appears. That man is making moves. And the list goes on and on. AJ Kazana, a recent addition. 3rd generation. Grandfather was a promoter for the end of Danny, are you a 2nd generation star? I never knew this.
I'm a 1st generation in this country.
All right. This
that doesn't count.
Thanks for following the narrative.
You have a lot of talent, Danny Dealz, and one of them is just like stopping everyone in their tracks on this show.
Just trying to add conversation.
You and Austin Idol together would just be the best dinner party guest ever.
Oh, buddy. We'd be like them old brothers in the Muppets that hung out in the balcony. We just
Well, this is a fun fact. I'm a 2nd generation broadcaster because my dad was a radio DJ back in the 70s and 80s. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, Wolfman Jack's kid, huh? All right.
Yeah.
What kind of radio broadcaster was he? Was he like he was
Wolfman Jack?
Rock, everybody's favorite music.
Yeah, he was a disc jockey on a country radio station. And fun fact about that, it was the radio station that partnered with Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And so he was out covering all those events. So I'm also a 2nd generation pro wrestling fan and broadcaster.
Ties coming in here.
I really actually love how you tied that together.
Yeah.
And also, you know what I love? Noni McPony down here. That's a fun thing to say out loud. Noni McPony. Quick shout out to Mae Valentine, who has made the roller own, does an excellent job. I got to agree with you. Mae has come so far and does a great job.
I've taught her everything she knows.
I love what Mae has done. Mae has really come a long way in the NWA, and I actually this last time told her that. I was just like, man, you were so good now. Like
that way we'll discontinue if she keeps messing with Markova, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
yeah. Hard
Bobby
time
was
disagreeing with me there. Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Markova 60-second promo. See that? Bettino, we're right. See, we're in the zone here. Maybe the timelines are crossing. He might have jumped ahead 30 seconds, came back and said,
intersect.
Well, let's get to where we start wrapping this thing up, and we can do that by talking about your favorite moments of the week from NWA Powerrr. We can mix that with you guys in the chat. We'll throw to you guys just for the last little bit here, just to see if there's anything on your mind. What do you want to talk about? We'd love to hear from you.
I thought you were about to intro us into a rap battle.
A rap battle.
He said rapping. It's time for rapping. I was like, all right. MCB
I got G Horne and Willie Martin. The deals are great. And never mind.
God almighty. I would.
Yeah. No, I think I'm not going to do that. And since Kyle didn't check his email, he didn't prepare anything. So
prepare anything for what? About my favorite moment of Powerrr?
Yeah,
it's very easy.
For the rap battle.
Oh, for the rap. No. So fun fact, Sal Renaro actually can rap and has some rhymes. And although he is a friend of mine before he got really weird, it's never rubbed off on me. So unfortunately, I got no skills.
Rap skills.
I got no ups and I got no lyrical styling either. So
yeah, we need your favorite your Powerrr moment.
My favorite Powerrr moment, easy. It's the moment that could change the history of the National Wrestling Alliance without even needing time travel to be involved. It was Pope cashing in his champion series shot there, going after Cardona. Obviously, I was trying to pitch some T-shirts there on behalf of Danny Dealz, and then he interjected, and let me tell you, I think we got a better deal, which is going to be that world title match coming up on Powerrr. Pope, Matt Cardona, world title on the line.
What about you, Will?
Well, my moment of the week was Matt Cardona, showing Tim Storm who the current champ is, and that he's not going to get another shot at it. And that was, it was telling in a lot of ways. I mean, it was great to see the champ, put his stamp on that whole conversation and kind of get his revenge for Tim Storm illegally getting involved in the main event of Crockett Cup. And but then it was also very telling because we saw what I would call the real Nick Aldis come out at the end of that, and unprovoked. I mean, nobody asked for Nick to be out there. Came out there, started hitting people with a title belt that wasn't his. So, everybody's been screaming for Nick Aldis, and he's the flag bearer of the NWA and all this. And I think he showed his true colors. So I think the veil's being ripped back a little bit, and we're all seeing, hey, you know what? Maybe we are better off with Matt Cardona holding that 10 pounds of gold. So that was my moment of the week.
One thing you can't deny is that the titles in the NWA this season of Powerrr and USA, like they are, I mean, the titles are just constantly being challenged for. There's a lot of activity. I love seeing like so many people being involved in the title pictures. I guess that's where I'm trying to go with Colby Carino and Homicide. Homicide's already defended that title multiple times. And then you've got the national title with people like Chris Adonis stepping up. You've got Mayweather's out there somewhere. Once he recovers, he's going to be
he's out there somewhere.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, we haven't seen him since his loss at Crockett Cup, but you have to assume that he's plotting and planning. And then, of course, Marche Rocket is in the picture now. It seems like so. There's that. Just all the titles.
He'll be gotten the tag team titles.
Yeah, well, and then the tag team titles, the Briscoes challenging, and the Hex. The Hex have already been active there, and I'm sure they're waiting for somebody to step up. Same with Camille. Camille's been going out there and having these non-title matches because it just seems like maybe she hasn't found somebody to step up and challenge her for the.
That's what Bobby asked in the chat. Who would want to see wrestle the Hex?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm still thinking Kylie Ray and Tootie Lynn have to be out there, right? Like they had victories
The
over
Smiley
Marty Bell and
Dragons.
Allison Kay. Yeah, the Smiley
I
Dragons.
think if Camille decides that she wants to be a dual champion and finds a tag team partner, I think that's a match I want to see. In fact, I'm more intrigued by who that partner would be. You know, Genocide, we've seen a lot of changes in her in the last couple of weeks here. What if Genocide and Camille decide to go after the tag team titles? I mean, I'm not saying it's happening, but I'm just saying that's something that for me, I would love to see that. I don't think they'd get along, which I think would also be intriguing to me, but still.
Genocide and Camille as a team, that feels unstoppable.
Yeah, but I also don't think Camille's interested in teaming up with anybody, and her and Tom have both made that pretty clear. They are the power couple, and they're both solo acts when it comes to in-ring stuff. And for me, it would be Natalia Markova plus anyone, and that would be a good matchup because I think Natalia Markova's got championship material written all over her, and you know, she's called out Camille. But I think she would probably be very happy to settle at this point for the tag team titles if she could find herself a partner. Now, the problem there would be finding anyone in the locker room that she can get along with because she hasn't proven to be someone that's easy to go along with. But that would be a front runner for me.
I think Chelsea Green could do it by herself, honestly, but she could get some partner just because you have to have somebody there on the apron talking about
somebody to stand there.
But you know.
I'm interested in that concept, Genocide and Camille. Also, Scooby mentioning Camille's got a matchup with Ty Valkyrie on June 25th. So
she might not come back with the belt from that one.
Yeah, it's going to be.
She just had the surprise appearance at the surprise to me. XPW's back. What?
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
My VHS player broke down, so I guess I missed it.
Yeah. Caps in the chat say Camille don't pay no women no mind. Camille is a killer.
Royded Caps now sounds like he's busting some rhymes and freestyle.
He's ready. He's ready.
Yeah. But yeah, and Noni saying agree with Will. I don't know why, but anyway.
You can stop there. That just goes without saying.
That's
it. Like Camille wants to share, but also maybe Camille would be more interesting teamed up with someone with speed over strength. That could be interesting. Yeah, just offset. Like you don't need any more strength when you've got Camille, really. So could be interesting. See what she does there. Maybe not Genocide. Maybe somebody quick. I wonder who that would be. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about? There's I guess let's get everybody hyped up one more time here. The big thing to talk about for sure is that tomorrow night, 6:05, NWA Powerrr. Our boy Ryan just picked up NWA All Access, and so should you if you haven't already. Fight TV, NWA All Access, $49.99 annual subscription. Get you everything, including that first run of NWA Powerrr. And if you do it now, we'll show them what they're going to get tomorrow night headlining NWA Superpower.
NWA fans, Kyle Davis here with breaking news. National Wrestling Alliance President William Patrick Corgan has just released a statement regarding Pope's very public declaration on the date of April 5th, 2022, that he was cashing in his Champion Series title shot. Quoting William Patrick Corgan, as one of the brightest stars in the NWA, Pope is more than deserving of this championship opportunity. And, as he has stressed both privately and publicly, he wants nothing handed to him in this regard. And so in return, I've relayed the importance of this challenge happening swiftly, rather than the champion wait some 2 months until our next pay-per-view. To this, Pope replied, then let's do it on Powerrr, Daddy, Tuesday, 6:05, because the whole world needs to see a moment I've been waiting my whole life for. And so, it has now been made official. On a very special Superpower edition of NWA Powerrr, Pope versus Matt Cardona for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship.
It's the NWA Wrestling as it's meant to be.
And this is a live stream as it's meant to be with us, although Will looked like he just woke up from a nap. I don't know what happened.
Well, you know,
I
made my feelings clear earlier.
But Pope versus Matt Cardona is tomorrow night, headlining a very special NWA Superpower on Fight TV, 6:05 Eastern. You don't want to miss that. If you don't have NWA All Access, what you waiting for? Now's the time. You get a title match tomorrow night. The World's Heavyweight Championship defended on that show. That's going to be amazing. You don't even have to wait till the next pay-per-view to see that title on the line.
What else?
I think you just sold it.
What else is on the show? Thank you, Danny.
I'm just asking.
I don't think you need anything else on the show. That match itself sells that show.
Okay.
But
I can't be curious. Who are these guys? Will, help me out.
I mean, it's a world title match. I mean, they're right. It's enough to sell the show, but to me, this one's just a little underwhelming because it just kind of seems thrown together, and Cardona's going to go out there and do his thing and keep the title where it's meant to be.
Fine, I'll just do it then. Tomorrow night, Dirty Sexy Boys versus the Commonwealth Connection. Tag team action. What did Austin Idol say to Scion during last week's Slam Challenge? I don't know, but I'm going to try to get to the answer, and I hope he doesn't lie to me, even though I don't trust the Austin Idol. I don't trust him like I trust Danny Dealz. And also, women's exhibition action. We're going to have Kylan King facing the crushed Natalia Markova. And also, you heard it here earlier tonight, but I'm going to say it one more time. Father James Mitchell, he has Miserably Faithful. I don't know what that is, but I'm told we're going to find out tomorrow night on Powerrr. And in the main event, you heard it here. We were just talking about it, but you need to see it, experience it. Tuesday, 6:05, it's going to be Pope Matt Cardona for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. If you want to wait, don't wait. Subscribe, all access, fight, $49.95, gets you it all. Annual pass, all the shows, all the pay-per-views, all the events. You get to experience as it's happening. Don't wait, order now. How was that?
That was amazing.
Take a breath.
That's why he makes the big bucks.
I try to be really low key on here and have fun, but every now and then I have to go into time to work.
No, I don't think there's anything left to say. You can see all of our ats there except for Danny Dealz. You can follow him at Anthony Lacasio. No.
Yeah, boy.
Noob.
And you can
The dude's got 5 names, and that's legit. That's not even me being a smartass. Every now and then I'll find a new thing come up, and I'll be like, wait, when did this happen? He'll be like, oh, it's the old country. I'll explain later.
Yes.
Anyway, you can also, if you want more Danny Dealz, go to at NWA Merch. He's managing that account over there, and he is, of course, the deal machine, so he's handling all of the shop right now. So if you want the best deals, I suggest following it just for the fact that the guy, I'll give him this, he does drop promo codes on the reg.
He does.
And all deals are Candy approved.
That is correct. He has to run it by Candy, and so you're getting the best deal if Candy approved it.
That reminds me, I have a dentist appointment next week that I have to go to. Speaking of candy and being bad for your teeth. Thank you for the reminder.
That's right.
All right.
All right, that tooth.
Well, from all of us to all of you, WDB LTD, thanks for showing up, Eric and Hitman and RSWW, Noni McPony, Bobby, Matthew, John, all of you people in the chat. Thank you so much to the hashtag NWA fan for participating tonight. We will see you again on Monday. You'll see Kyle tomorrow, maybe Danny Dealz tomorrow. Who knows?
Matthew John says, don't give up your day job, Kyle. That is my job.
That is his day job. But Cat says it right.
Don't give it up. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
There you go.
Oh, it was a compliment. It sounded. I read it like an insult.
Well, I'm going to compliment.
We're just
It's hard to read tone in text messages.
Speaking of tone and text message, what is a gravy cake?
Well, you got to find out because, as always, till next time, next Monday at 6:30, you guys all enjoy